What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to episode number 5 now of the career mode. 4 more games within the Premier League for you guys to watch with this Brighton side that we're putting together here. So sit back, grab yourselves a drink and enjoy. Just before we get into the swing of things though with today's episode, I want to mention as well, I've been seeing comments asking where is the player career mode. Don't worry guys, I am going to try and get you guys an episode out. I was going to wait till the 25th until the full game is released, but I think I'll just be able to get one episode out with the what's left of my EA access until the 25th. So if it doesn't come out tonight, it will be out tomorrow. So stay tuned for it, guys. I have asked a little poll on the community section of the channel. So if you want to go over and I guess cast your vote, it's just to decide what kind of league we're going to be playing in this beginning of the player career mode. I've seen a lot of you guys, I said, asking for it, so don't you worry, it is coming. I'll try and get it up for you either tonight. If not tonight, definitely tomorrow. But we'll see what's going to happen regarding that one. So, 4 games to come with this Brighton team today. We take on top of the table Everton at Goodison Park to kick things off. Ollie Watkins, who is still yet to score a Brighton goal so far since his money move from Brentford, had the best chance of the second half for us when he headed over the top of the crossbar. I knew coming here to Goodison that this was going to be a fairly difficult game. This ultimate difficulty already is pretty difficult, as it is in the name. And just in general, they were playing some good stuff, Everton. They were top of the table for a reason, as Theo Walcott burst down the right. Pace was really effective on this particular day, as the cross is whipped in. A really ambitious effort from, not sure who it was in the box who went for it, but then Idrissa Gana Gueye had Everton's best chance as he would fire one just wide of the post. The cross coming in from the corner in the last kick of the game, and unfortunately for both sides, none of them able to score on the day. You can see the Everton fans, understandably, more disappointed in their side than the Brighton ones were. That was because we came to a very tough team, as I said, and I mean, look at those match facts. It shows you. The problem is, when 2 teams are like that, they just kind of negate and cancel each other out. And it's a tough game this year. It really is. Trying to break teams down when they come back and defend, it's going to be very tough, especially the early stages. If a team comes out and sets out to defend against you, you're going to have to do something pretty spectacular on this ultimate setting in order to break them down. And that's one thing I wanted to mention to you guys, right? I did see a comment which I fully understand, but at the same time, you've got to realise and understand where I'm coming from as well. It was regarding this Brighton team. Yes, we are overachieving at the moment. I said to you guys, there's a long way to go. It potentially won't keep us in the top, 5 as it is by the end of the 38 games. But the comment basically said around the regards of, if we finish in the top 4, or if we are about to, can we throw it away? So then that way we keep realism within the series. Now, I understand from my perspective and from your guys' perspective as viewers that you don't want to see a team just straight up get top 4 when they potentially shouldn't be getting it. But my argument here is we are playing the hardest difficulty setting possible. So already, I'm giving it the hardest challenge. And if you actually take a look at the games we're winning, we're not winning them by massive margins. We're getting a goal and having to defend really, really resiliently to keep that lead. So, yeah, in many ways, I understand your frustrations if we do end up getting it. But at the same time, if we're there, I'm not going to throw it away. You know what I'm saying? I can't. It's too big a thing to have happen. But the next game came at the Cardiff City Stadium. And this is a team who are struggling in the division at the moment. So, by all accounts, we should be winning a game like this. And Ali Reza put us 1-0 in front after we stole the ball away from Cardiff, who just didn't look at the races. I've got a feeling it's going to be a very long season for them. I'm hoping that real life they'll be able to keep within the Premier League. I like the underdogs to do well, but I think for the sake of this, that they're just not going to have a good enough season here. I don't think they've got the capability to stay up, and it's going to be a very, very tough season for them. And it's more insult to injury here because of the way this goal is scored. Yes, it's a great finish from Ali Reza, but it's the way the ball was given away by the Cardiff players that the fans would have been on their back for it. So, really disappointing start to the game from Cardiff's perspective. Izquierdo very nearly doubled it, but his shot was less than convincing. It actually went out for a throwing. So when I said very nearly, I meant we were in the position to do so, but we lacked the finish that we required. And a rare chance, though, for Cardiff, as their number 10 found his way through. I decided that we would have to call out Matty Ryan. Luckily, the attempted dink over the top of him, he was able to get back and actually push it out for the corner, which was eventually put in by Mendes Lang. Up went Connolly, and his header was good, but it needed a bit more to really test Matty Ryan in goal. But until then, it was pretty much all Brighton as Phil Foden found Pascal Gross, and he thought he'd found a second before he's seeing his effort cannon back off the upright. A really good effort that one was as well from Pascal. I've got to give him credit where it's due. Did not expect a shot like that to actually end up nearly going in, especially with it how close it was to his feet, as nearly an own goal there from Cardiff to end the game off. As the man in the middle, I don't know why he was on his head in hands. It was as if he's so angry that he didn't score an own goal. I mean, I've never seen that before. But anyways, Cardiff 0, Brighton and Hove Albion 1 was the final score from the Cardiff City Stadium. And by the match facts, you can see we definitely deserved the 3 points from the game. So like I said to you guys, you know, it's not like we are winning this 2-3, 4-0. That again was a 1-0 win where we had to remain concentrated for 90 minutes of the game. So although we are winning these games, it's not like it's really, really easy. We're trying to get ourselves in front, and then it's defending and remaining concentrated. Cardiff had chances. Matty Ryan had to make a save from a corner. Then they tried to dink him, you know. So as I said, although we're in 4th place, there's still 26 games to go. It's not going to stay like that. It definitely won't. We're going to hit a rosy patch where we're going to have a lot of games in a short period of time, and that will probably come back to bite us in the backside, but we'll see what's going to happen in that regards. Next up was a trip or a visit from Leicester to the Amex. Again, an unchanged Brighton side, as it has been for large parts of the series so far. James Maddison in the Leicester City lineup. A little bit worried about what he's going to bring to the table today for Leicester, but it was actually us who began the brighter of the two sides. Ryan Sessegnon's bursting run, a really good run it was as well, and I'm not quite sure how he didn't take the lead. I think in the end, it was Phil Foden who had the shot, but we kept the pressure on Leicester, and Sessegnon won the ball back, finding Pascal Gross, who found Lockadea. Lockadea laid it inside, eventually towards Phil Foden again. A lovely turn from Phil as he wins a brilliant free kick. That was so good from the young 18-year-old. Good turn, and it was just Leicester really giving away a needless free kick. I mean, although Foden did turn his man, he wasn't really going anywhere, so yeah, just stay on your feet, you know what I'm saying? So it now gives us a big chance for Pascal Gross, the man stood over the free kick here. Yet to take a free kick in this season, so I was feeling a little bit apprehensive about what I wanted to do from this. Whether or not we wanted to put the ball into the box and get it in the mixer, or let Pascal Gross do his thing. In the end, we chose the latter, and I was so glad that we did, because it was a moment of sheer magic from Pascal that gave us the lead here at the Amex against Leicester, as he runs over in front of the away end and holds his arms outright to say, that's what I've got in me. Honestly, it was a magical free kick, gets it over the wall, comes back down again as well. Inch perfect from the midfielder. You can see what it meant to me on the touchline. I was buzzing with that one going in. But of course, as I said to you guys, we've seen this scoreline before. And traditionally, when Brighton have gone 1-0 in front so far in the opening 5 episodes, we've been able to defend it. Leicester City are a different kettle of fish, though. They've got some good attacking threat. James Maddison, as I highlighted before kickoff, will allow Leicester chances. But as the second half got back underway, I was feeling really confident. And then, oh my goodness me, if this had have got in, I would have probably ended off the series here. Oh, I was so disappointed. Genuinely, I thought Phil Foden had scored my best goal that I'm probably going to score in the entirety of this FIFA. The cross came in from the left. He gets an overhead kick on it, and it was inches away from finding the top corner. It would have been some goal. But Ricardo Pereira, with the best chance for Leicester, trying to fire them back on level terms, hit his effort straight at Ryan. And that's all that really the away side could conjure up. Because like I said, as soon as we get that goal, we go to the defensive. And we look so strong at the back. And I had to show you another Phil Foden highlight of this one. I mean, look at this. It is just class technique. And like I mentioned, if it had gone in, I'd have been going absolutely nuts. I was anyway. And it didn't even go in the back of the net. So, I mean, it was a crazy effort. And I was just praying that it would go in. But as I said before, match facts wise, yep, only 2 shots on target is what we had, but we kept them to 1, and that's the highlight, and that's the more important factor of this one. Reminds me so much, this way we're playing at the moment with this Brighton side, it reminds me so much of Burnley last season, the way that they would defend and everything, and they actually got themselves a 7th place position in the Premier League. It was crazy, you know, so it's kind of like the similar situation. And I've got to say, like I said earlier, we've had a lot of easy runnings, I'd say. I mean, these are games, like I said today, we faced Cardiff, who are bottom of the league. We're facing Huddersfield now, who are down there. You know, these are games in which if we're seriously trying to, you know, make things happen and finish mid-table with Brighton, we've got to be winning these types of games here. So It's a difficult trip, but the Poitre has actually scored 3 in his last 3 for Huddersfield, so definitely their danger man. But I just felt like it was us who were going to have the better of the day here. And Davy Proper found Ali Reza on the right. He put the cross in to an unmarked Anthony Knockaert, who scored Brighton's opener inside 18 minutes. Defensively, not good enough from Huddersfield, but I knew that going into kickoff. I knew full well that we weren't going to struggle creating chances. My only worry was at crosses. We've seen how poor we are defending them. Largely, that's where opposition goals have come from. So, with the Poitre in the side, he's got height, he's got ability to be able to head the ball. And so I was kind of feeling like if we don't get our starting position correct defensively, Huddersfield are going to cause a few problems. But Lussell there, for me, he's got to save it. It went straight through him. And if you're a Huddersfield fan, your head is in your hands because you don't quite know how Brighton had taken the lead. And we should have had a second. Phil Foden bursting through the middle. This time, though, it's that finishing that I just don't seem to be able to get on the lockdown. Tried to do a driven shot and just got no power whatsoever behind it, as Ali Reza again causing problems on the right for Lerver, and he got to put his ball into the middle again. Knockaert heads down towards Foden, who just about squeezes past the defender before curling one goalwards. And this time it was wide of the woodwork. Phil trying to do everything he can to get on the score sheet today. Not quite able to do it, but we got a free kick. Foden again winning it. A very similar area to that we had one against Leicester before. You knew what was coming. Pascal was behind it again. We'd seen one go in last game. And again, it hit the woodwork and it fell to Foden. And he just couldn't sort his feet out. He's wanting a goal, man. But he just doesn't seem to be able to get it at the moment. He's made a couple of changes in the second half. Davy Proper should have put us 2-0 to the good. But it was well saved this time from the Huddersfield goalkeeper before, with 10 minutes to go, Davy Proper found Dale Stephens. He found Ali Reza, who again had a shot, which I don't know why he went the way he did. The technique there is wrong from Ali Reza, who otherwise had a pretty stellar game. But it's largely all Brighton here. And then the last kick of the game is Guerrero down the left-hand side. Put the cross into Ollie Watkins. It was headed out towards Ali Reza, towards Pascal Gross, whose shot was blocked. We were over the time limit here, so I was quite surprised the referee allowed play on before the ball was smashed into the top corner to give Brighton a second goal. But look how long we played over the time here. Huddersfield are going to feel quite hard done by. I mean, strictly speaking, they couldn't get themselves back in the game because they were in their half anyway. So if they'd have just cleared the ball, the referee would have blown the whistle. But their argument will be for goal difference, because that is a goal there that you could argue shouldn't actually stand, as Davy Proper smashes that into the top corner. Lovely strike, take nothing away from the actual effort. But it's just the fact that there was 2 minutes additional time played over the 90 from the referee. So, yeah, I'm sure Huddersfield will feel very, very, I guess, cheated in a sense. But at the same time, they largely weren't good enough. We were the miles better side. Again, you could look at those match facts. I understand as well, like I said earlier, Ultimate is the most hardest difficulty there is. And for Brighton to go to that game there and largely dominate, the way we're playing, it's not that unrealistic. Huddersfield are down the bottom side. We're playing very well and at the top end. So, third place is currently where we sit as the table will end. But as I mentioned, don't be expecting us to stay there. That's it for today's episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, a like would be greatly appreciated as always. And as I likely say every time, if you're not around here and like what you see, the subscribe button is down below. I'll see you all for the My Player episode out either tonight or tomorrow, and another episode of this one tomorrow at 4 PM regardless. See you all then, guys. Adios.